Welcome everyone to yesterday's NBA news from the 1st of August 2024, and we have little to no news about the NBA, but we had a lot of great WNBA games that we'll talk about, and I hopefully get by the time the WNBA is back, which is on Wednesday, I hopefully will get the X Factors done. I'm just all over the place in my life, so I'm not gonna promise anything, but I'll try to ramp up the content. I'll try to do some season previews as the season is slowly but surely coming along and starting back up. We have the NFL this week, which is fucking crazy, and I'm really excited about that. Really excited about just great times watching the NFL as always, but the NBA is pretty much around the corner also, but let's talk about it. The little NBA news were that the Lakers are likely to revisit Jonas Valanciunas once he's tradable, which is somewhere in December. He was on LeBron's list or wish list or whatever the hell that was in the offseason of players he wanted. And I mean, Washington clearly signed him as a trade piece, so I mean, why not? We'll obviously visit that once we're in December and once he's tradable, and he'll get traded somewhere very likely. And Julius Randle is extraordinarily tradable per Brian Windhorst of ESPN, which, I mean, I guess we'll see if anything happens in that. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how the Knicks play, obviously, to start the season, and if they all mesh together, I don't think they will trade Randle, but certainly there is a choice to be made there eventually, maybe. And I saw a kid wearing a Julius Randle jersey at a food festival here in Czechia yesterday, which was awesome. Shout out to Julius Randle. Anyway, for the WNBA, let's start with Angel Reese. She broke the record for most rebounds in a single season, which is awesome. She's doing her thing, and it's just fun to watch, man. It's just awesome to watch all around. And it's awesome to follow around, even if you don't watch or you don't have enough time to watch. Just follow around. You can follow it around with me, or obviously on socials, or on some websites. Obviously, there is thankfully enough technology and enough everything where you can just quickly follow through. Obviously, you won't know as much about the game. Obviously, you won't be able to talk about as well about the game when you don't have the time to watch them, but it doesn't matter. You can enjoy them. You can talk about it. It doesn't matter. You can't, enjoy even the following of the league, right? I think that's what makes sports so special, right? Even if you don't enjoy a sport, or even if you don't have enough time to, watch everything you want about the sport, there can be times where you just all of a sudden go watch when something special is happening, or when records are being broken, right? I mean, it's the perfect example when Olympics are on, right? You get drawn into so many sports and into so many stories. That's what makes, life so special and sports so special in this way, because it creates some great stories, and Angel Reese is one of them. But let's talk about the games that happened yesterday. The Connecticut Sun beat the Seattle Storm 93-86. Incredible shooting game from the Sun, and just efficient game from the Sun. They were dominating in the paint throughout the whole game. Breonna Jones had her best scoring game in a while. She had 26.6 rebounds, and it continues to just be a well-balanced attack for the Sun. You are still a little worried about their defense and their defensive struggles, should I say. But offensively, they've been, I would say, putting their players in the best position. Anytime I watch it, Marina Mabrey is just getting in so many better positions, for example, right? And they're doing the same with Dijonay, they're doing the same with Sophies, and doing the same with most of their players. Now all you just have to pray for is Alyssa Thomas, Devana Bonner, and all them players' health, and they got a chance to win the title this year, I think. As for Seattle, I don't know what to think, man. I don't know what to think about Seattle. They just have to keep trying, and maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe they are just a year away. We'll see. While the Lynx beat the Sky 79-76, Angel had 17 and 19, Camilla had 22 and 9, which is all Chicago Sky fans should care about, and at this point, because the season is just done and over, I would say. And it was the classic battle between turnovers and rebounds, while the Sky absolutely dominated on the boards, as you can see by Angela and Camila's rebounds, in a way. And they won the boarding battle by about 20, I'm pretty sure. They also lost the turnover battle by like 13 or 15. So, I mean, when you give the ball away so much, it creates obviously better opportunities for the opposing team. It obviously robs you of more opportunities. So, it evened itself out, and the Lynx got it done at the end of the day. While Nafisa Collier has not had those MVP type performances in these last couple of games, they keep squeezing through and winning, which is all that matters. And Courtney Williams' game is so smooth, man. I want her mid-range. That's how I want my mid-range to be, dog. She's smooth, man. She really smooth. And I like her game a lot. As for the next game, we have the Aces beat the Mercury 97-79. Asia Wilson, man, MVP, you already know, 41-17, 41.17 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block on 16 of 23 shooting from the field. White tees. Apparently, when she's wearing white tees in pre-game, she's averaging about 29 and 13 or something like that, but she's averaging close to 30 points per game when she comes into the game in a white tee, which is crazy. While on the other side, obviously, the Mercury, once again, offense took way too long to get going at all. And they're just a weird team. I don't know how to feel about them. I mean, I've not watched as much, obviously, like I keep repeating, because I just have a lot of shit going on in my life. But when I do watch them, it just feels like there's some identity lacking, which I should know about because I do like myself an identity in a way. Okay, what the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, Fever against the Wings, the game of the day, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. 100, Fever win 193, and Caitlin Clark just keeps being Caitlin Clark, breaking records, dominating after the WNBA break. And I'm pretty sure she already has the most double-doubles as a guard in WNBA history and everything, right? She's just special. She's just one of them ones, and we already knew this. 28 points, 4 rebounds, 12 assists on 10 of 19 shooting from the field. And I think it's really that rest, right? She got to rest for a month, and that shit just rejuvenates your own body. They've worked on their chemistry very likely because her and Kelsey Mitchell have just been in perfect sync since the break, like I keep repeating. They've just been incredible. There are no real good words to describe that. They've just been out of this world. And Kelsey Mitchell had 36 points today, 6 rebounds, 3 assists on 12 of 22 shooting from the field. And yeah, no one will want to play this Fever in the playoffs. I can guarantee that. And I mean, they got a favorable schedule, like I went over in a recent episode. So shit, man, they might lose a game. Or maybe they might not lose a game, honestly, before the playoffs start. Even though I do think they will lose against the Aces at least once. But the playoffs will be fucking incredible. As for the Wings, Arike had a heater from the 3-point line. She had like 9 3-pointers at like 34 points. But it was just not enough. Satu and Natasha were not efficient. They couldn't get it going from the field. And they just couldn't outduel Caitlin and Kelsey. But it was a fun, high-paced offensive matchup, which was fucking awesome and cool. While the Dream beat the Sparks 80-62. Obviously, Rikia Jackson, who I talked about as maybe the best 3-level scorer of this draft class, which she should be talked about as such, in my opinion, had an off game, which, I mean, she was due in a way. And the Dream just dominated all around. They put a lot of pressure on the Sparks defensively, and it was what it was. Okay, that's it. No WNBA games tomorrow. We have a 4-game slate on Wednesday. I will try to do the West Eastern Conference X Factors, and then we'll start going for some season previews. As we're obviously zeroing in on the preseason whenever the fuck that starts, actually. When does the preseason start? I think it starts later this season, actually. For most teams, right? Where is the preseason? Yeah, October 4th. So it starts later than usual, in my opinion. It's gonna be a shorter preseason, I guess. But yeah, we're essentially a month and a half away from the NBA season, which is crazy. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Be kind to yourself and to others. Be gentle with yourselves as always. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye and love.